So, on one of my previous videos, I received a question in my comments of how I define a real friend, the definition of it. And I responded that I can't do it in a simple answer, and I'll record a video about it. So, how do we define a real friend? I personally am 35 years old. I had a lot of friends during my lifetime. And when I say a lot, I mean a lot, like 50 close friends and 200 to 300 not so close friends, but basically friends. Okay. I used to grow on a street most of the time, especially when I was like from my 14 to 25th, okay, 14 years of age to 25 years old, and I got to meet a lot of different people. We also need to make some things clear here. This is only my opinion from my life experience. It doesn't mean that it has to be your own. I just want to share what I know about the topic. The first thing that I learned is that if you're a man, an actual man with a lot of testosterone, you cannot have a female friend. It's impossible. That's just how life is, okay? Not only for us humans, species, for animals too. When do animals become friends, female and male? When you neuter them, when you castrate them. Maybe if you get castrated, you can have a female friend. If you're a man, of course. If you're a man, again. Now, considering my age, as I said, I used to have a lot of friends, a lot of different characters, from those that study non-stop to freaking maniacs. Okay, when I say maniacs, I mean it. Those that fight non-stop when we're out, those that make problems, deal drugs, every type of personality that you can imagine. I kinda had a friend for everything. And now the definition of real friend. If you want a real friend, that's what a dog is. The only real friend would be your dog. 99% are the chances that dog is gonna be your best friend and a real definition of a friend, and 1% chance goes towards human to be your best friend. Now, how do I define the best friend? It's the person that's gonna put his own needs under yours. It's the person that's gonna come in the middle of the night, 3, 4, 5 a.m. and help you out if you're in a big trouble. It's the person that's gonna share his last meal with you. Or if you are extremely hungry, he's gonna give you an entire meal because he's gonna eat in 5, 6, 10 hours after that. Basically, it's the person that can do a sacrifice and who can share your suffering with you. We as species are not like that. We're just not. We always look for our selfish needs, and that's the nature of human. Now, yes, you're gonna see a lot of good nature in Hollywood movies. How everyone helps everyone. Okay, how there is a pure evil and pure good and so on and so forth, but those are movies. Reality is different. In reality, everyone is selfish. 99% of people that I got to hang out with were selfish. They either have complex of you, okay, that they're under you, or that they're above you. Never in the middle, okay? You just, as you get, it's easier to have friends when you're younger, because life doesn't start. But when you start growing older, and for example, if you get all the women for you, or if women just like you, the rest of your friends are gonna hate you. If you do better on a job, they're gonna hate you, okay? Because they can't hate you immediately, okay? Envy starts growing, okay? And that's a human psyche, that's in human nature. The more successful you are, the more hate you're gonna acquire. It doesn't matter if it's from someone you know 5 minutes or 50 years. I can give plenty of examples for the definition of a real friend, but all of those examples ended up in the wrong way. Whenever I expected help, I never got it. When I needed help for something stupid and irrelevant though, I got it. but not never for something serious. When it's very serious, when your life is on the line, okay, or when there's a lot of money included, something serious, your best friends will always disappear. At least that's in my case. And considering how many people I had as close friends, around 50 let's say in my life, I don't have 2 or 3 of them remaining right now out of 50. If you're a man and we speak about real friends, your real friend will never fuck your wife or your sister or your mother, God forbid. And that's the first definition. The next definition of a real friend is gonna always be there for you, even when it's freaking rough. He's always gonna share everything with you. And if you're extremely lucky, a real friend will be proud of your success and never envy. And that's probably the hardest thing to acquire. That will be like the ultimate test of a real friend. Envy. At least in my point of view, that looks like that, okay? How I resolved most of the problems, I always play more stupid than I actually am. Basically towards people, especially when it's something personal. If you wanna have good relations with people, you gotta be stupid sometimes. Because when you're stupid, then they feel smart. And that's a good way to acquire friends. But it won't last long. Because ultimately, if you are smarter and you just play stupid, they're gonna realize it after some time and then comes the hate. Basically, the more I think about it, the more I realize that the best friend in your life is actually a dog. Now, yes, you can have good friends, like I do right now, but why are they good friends? They're good friends because we know each other, and we know each other well, but we don't know every little dirty secret about each other. And that's the only way to keep friends. You just can't tell them everything. They should just never know about anything that's actually like the most important in your life. That stuff is for family or for yourself if you are able to keep that. Also, real friends, now I'm gonna speak about men friendship. As women came into our lives, they tend to change lives of many men. And then the person you knew doesn't exist anymore because of his wife or his children later on, or their job. So basically, the most impactful thing that changes people, especially men, would be a wife, kid, and a job. If they allow those 3 to conquer their life, you can forget about your friend, because that person ain't the same anymore. As far as female friendship goes, women are even worse than men. There's more envy, more complex, more hatred. Everything is like on a next level. If you think that men can't have friends, okay, or a real friend, you should see women then. Women are 10 times worse. They hate each other. In 99% of cases, women hate each other. Even cats, man. Females hate each other. Dogs, doesn't matter. Males can cooperate together, okay, in the same room, in the same house, even animals. But female, no. Now, why do women hate each other that much? And when you see women friendship, it's usually fake. It's there for social media, for Instagram, for Twitter, for God knows what. It's only there for a photo, for a video. But in real life, man, in real life, that doesn't exist. So to put it short, from a friend, you should never expect way too much unless they're willing to give. If you ask, it ain't gonna end up well. Do not, and I say from my personal experience also, never borrow money out of friends if you wanna keep them as friends. I used to borrow money to a lot of people and they're not my friends anymore. And I don't know what annoys me the most when I borrow money, for example. The thing that I don't want to mention that I gave money, or the thing that I can't remember to give you back your own money. I don't know what's annoying more. Okay. If, for example, I had a situation where someone from a friends comes and say, hey, I want you to give me money and I don't know if I can pay you back. Not be bothered at all. But when they say, can I borrow? That's how friendships go to hell. So never use word borrow. And at the end, how to define a real friend? If they're willing to make a sacrifice, something that's gonna damage them and their lives, then that's a real friend. If they're gonna put their leg to be broken instead of yours, that's a real friend. If they're gonna starve 24, 48, 72 hours and give you something to eat, that's your real friend. If they look at your sister or your wife or your mother as a family instead of an object, that's your real friend. And of course, your interests in life need to align with your real friend. If you love games, they should love games too, because that's how you're gonna merge together. If they like watching football, you should like watching football too. Those are the things you can't control. Those things just happen along the way. Someone you get along with, someone you just don't, and that's a normal thing. But it's better if you get along in many different things than only in few. At the end of the day, as a male, you should be self-sufficient only and never rely on friends. You should have a dog if you want a friend. And you should have a family. I passed through a lot of different friendships in my life, and most of them didn't end up well. Majority of people, and that's a science fact, 99% of people lie 9 times a day on average. On average. 9 times a day. Now, that doesn't count only for the words you're expressing, it also counts for the words that are in your brain. So basically 9 times a day we lie to ourselves or to someone else. If you caught a friend lying to you, especially if it's multiple times, but when it happens once, it usually happens non-stop. If you caught a friend lying to you, that means you're a real friend, because lies are there to cover up something else, always. And truth to be told, I don't know a single person in my life, including my mother, that I didn't caught in a lie. What are your chances? Now, how did I lost a lot of friends? I lost a lot of friends because I kinda tend to go opposite from a lie. I like to be extremely honest, and when you're way too honest, people usually get offended by it. So if I get to pick whether I'm gonna lie to people and smile in their face when there's nothing to laugh about, or be straight honest and tell them what I really mean, I'll pick the other one. But that's also how I lost a lot of friends. Because I don't know when to keep my mouth shut. Or better to say, I don't know how to lie in a polite way. The final conclusion is, it doesn't work when you lie, it doesn't work when you're honest, it usually never works. Just get a dog. But jokes aside, real friends, they do exist, but they're freaking rare, and it might not happen in this life for many people to actually have a real friend. It's like when you compare, with parents, for example. Not everyone is supposed to be a parent, everyone can make a kid. But are they a parent? Do they care about their kids? Do they even know how to care about their kids? Or everyone can like animals, for example, but do they even know how to care about animals? Same can be transferred to friend. Everyone can have a friend, but do they know how to actually keep their friendship? Lies, deceit, envy, that's the thing that kills friendships. The bottom line is, some people that I know very little of help me more than some people that I know for 30 plus years. Some people that I know from recently happen to be there more than people that I know for 30 plus years. Real friends. At the end of the day, it's not about how long you know someone. It's not about if you think that they're your good friends or not. It's how person is, okay? And everyone has different personality. Now, would I change something from my life with all of the friends I got? Probably not, because the same shit would happen with other okay? If, for example, I switch those 50 people with someone else, with some other 50 people, same thing would happen. So I wouldn't change a thing. That's life. The definition of a real friend is to be there for your friends, to care about them, to know how to listen to them, sometimes to go beneath them a bit so they can feel better about themselves. Basically, is to know how to control people if you want to have a good friend. And in return, you should expect the same. No lies, no deceit, no envy. I hope you're lucky enough to get all of that from the same person that you consider your friend. The chances are low, but they do exist. I would say 1 out of 50, that will be the chance for a real friend. You need to change 50 people to get good friend. Same with women, okay? If you want to have a wife, good wife, you need to change 100, 200 women to have one good wife. One that's gonna suit you. Those are very low chances for friends and for women. In case you're a woman, you need to change 200 friends to get one. Even lower chance. I would say 4 times worse on average. At least that's what I know from my experience, from my life, from the people I know. I don't want to prolong the subject way too much. I just promised a video and I promised an answer. There's probably more to talk about, and I can talk about my own examples for the next 2, 3, 50 hours if I want to, from real life and what happened to me, okay, with people and so on, but there is no need. I don't want to put names on anyone or giving examples. I just talked objectively about everything that has to do with friendships. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll be seeing you on the next one.